Happy New Year, everyone. This is Shali. Welcome to another episode. This is the first episode for 2025. It is going to be a great year. Thank you for always tuning in. If this is your first time, this is Kingdom and Purpose Talk with Shali. This is the podcast that we talk about the kingdom of God and our purpose in that kingdom. 2024 was a great year. It was amazing. I share with us some new insight, and I believe that that has been so helpful to you. Thank you all for always tuning in. I appreciate your comments and your feedback. And so this year is even going to be better. And so, what am I going to be talking about this year? I'll be telling you the steps that I have taken that has helped me, that have brought me from barely making it to where I am right now. And this is just the beginning. And I believe that it is going to be just a beginning for you as well as you tune in. All right. So the month of January, I want us to start with something I believe that is very important. That is the reason why we were here. We were created for a purpose. And so in order for us to fulfill that purpose, I believe that if we can follow these three things, it is going to really be helpful. I did follow those three things, and I believe that following those actually helped me to get to my goals quicker than before. Before I was not very consistent. I was just doing what I hear from people. I hear people talk about, oh, if you do these certain things, it will help. And so right away I go into that, I start working on it, and then when I don't see the result on time, I will hear another person saying, oh, if you do that. So I keep going back and forth. But the moment that I focus my attention on one thing, and everything just changed for me, and my life has been a testimony. Every day I look at myself, I sometimes I pinch myself, I'm like, is this you? you know and I believe that if God can do that for me, He can do that for every one of us. So I'll be sharing with us three things that I think that you need to focus on this year. Not only this year, but every day. If you can focus on these three things, your life will be changed. There will be transformation. You move from glory to glory, and can you see me? You can see me. If you've known me before, people see me now. They're like, oh, you look well rested. You're glowing, and all that. It is to all the glory of God. It is not what I've done alone. It is because I changed my focus, and that's what I want to share with you today. And I hope this will be a blessing with you. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Just to let you know, follow with what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. All right, so I'm starting this year. I said start your new year with these three things. Happy New Year from Kingdom and Purpose Talk with Shali. I want you to start your new year with these three things. Like I said, not only this year, but every day. If you can start it with these three things, you will see different in your life. All right, so the three things I said for you to focus on daily. First of all, my anchor Bible verse for everyone, for every saint, everyone that have given their life to Christ, should be Matthew 6, verse 33. And what does that say? It says to seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, which means is right standing, and all these things will be added unto you. And what are all these things? The things that we're all chasing after, the things that we all want in life, prosperity, good health, rest, joy, all those things that we're looking for, it will be added unto you if you seek first the kingdom of God. That is the condition that Jesus Christ has given us. We have to seek first the kingdom of God. And what is it saying? It's just saying that priority in your life. God should be first in your life. Before, God used to be like, after I've done everything, and he would be like maybe the second to the last in my life. And the moment that I changed the position of things, I put God first, and every other thing now followed. My life has really changed, and I believe so for you as well. And the moment that I determine that this is what I'm going to do, God also give me that opportunity to be able to do that. I know most of us, our excuses can be that, oh, we have to go to work. I don't have time to pray. Or some of us, we only want to do 5 minutes. 5 minutes is not enough for God, for your God, your creator. 5 minutes is not enough. You need more than 5 minutes, because 5 minutes you're just starting, right? And then how are you going to hear from him if you're spending only 5 minutes with him? So what I did, when I begin to get serious with seeking first the kingdom of God, what I did was that every morning I begin to, set a time and just pray and talk to God. I talk to God every opportunity that I have, even if it's in my car. I talk to God. I listen to messages that remind me of God. I put God as priority in my life. And from there, now, number two, which is following his instruction, begin to happen in my life. When I focus on God, then I begin to hear his instruction. And so the second thing you need to do is to follow his instruction. Psalm 119 verse 4, it says, you have laid down precepts that are to be fully obeyed. God has laid down precept that we need to fully obey it. And now verse 159 now say this. It says, see how I love your precept. Preserve my life, Lord, in accordance with your love. So when you follow God's precept, his instruction, there is no way that he is not gonna preserve your life. He's gonna do that, because then you can demand things from him, right? Because you're following his instruction. And I'll give you an example of instruction that God gave to me, and that changed everything for me. That changed everything for me. So the instruction was this. I remember I was going to work. I've shared this with you guys, and I'm going to share it again, because that is the beginning, the history of everything. That's what started everything for me. All those things that you're seeing, the progress and the business opportunities that are coming my way, it is because I follow his precept. So I remember, I can remember fully where I was. That day I was having my one-on-one with God. I was driving. I remember, in my car, I was praying to God, talking to God, and all that. And before that, I've already kind of like started, like I told you before, that when I was working my full-time job, at some point I realized that there's more I can do than this. And so I decided that I'm going to start my own business. And so when I started my business, I started part-time. And so when I started part-time, I was doing both my business and still working as a full-time, I'm not as a part-time employee then. But I realized that I was not putting my focus on the business. So wherever you put focus on is what I will expand. So then I remember that fateful day. I was driving in the highway. I was on 495. If you've been to Maryland, I was on 495. I was going towards Rockville, and I was driving. I can remember exactly when I received this instruction from God, and I said, God, I want you to let me know if it's time for me to focus fully on my business. And God, I could hear it clearly that he said, it is time to go. It is time for you to leave my previous job and focus on business. Anyway, so when I heard that, I said, okay, God, I heard you, but I need a confirmation from you. And so I asked for confirmation from God, and God, and what I actually told God was that, okay, my confirmation would be this: if I should get a referral this week. Actually, I said this week because I was like trying to be very careful. I want to make sure that I don't, I don't say something that it will not happen. At least I want to give God like a week. But our God is not like that. He doesn't operate that way. So I said, if you give me a referral this week, then I will know that is my sign to leave. I kid you not. It was not even a week. I got my referral. I can remember it was less than 24 hours or maybe 24 hours. I know that it was less than 48 hours. And I said, God, it looks like this is it. And so then I talked to my husband. I said, I think it is time for us to focus on our business. And so we both agreed. Thank God my husband was supportive. And so he also agreed. And because that time we were actually, first of all, our part-time, the part-time pay that I was getting was not enough for us to pay our bills. So now that I want to now leave it, so for anybody, even, you'll be worried. But my husband, I think he knew that he could trust me, and so he agreed with our decision. And what we did is that we cut back the things that we used to do before. And also what I also did while I was working in the business, I actually did not get paid. And so we just managed. And for some reason, God just really helped us. I don't even know how we're paying our bills and everything. God just helped us. And so, and that is what Psalm 119 verse 159 says, see how I love your precept. Preserve my life, Lord. So preserve my life. It may not even only be about preserving your life, but whatever it is that you want God to do, He will do it in accordance to His love because you follow His instruction. Now, number 3 was obeying. While obeying, carry out the command or instruction. So that was the next step that I did, right? 1 John 3 verse 22, it said, God give us what we ask for because we obey God's command. Now, if we obey His command, He will give us anything that we ask for. And I would tell you, since I started this journey, I have seen different aspects of, God, the impression of God in my life, different aspect of God that sometimes I'm even amazed. And we've not even seen everything about God because there's nobody that can see everything about God. But God will just show you a different aspect of Him. Different aspect of God to you might be maybe you are sick and then you are healed. That's a way that God may have shown Himself to you. Different aspect of God may be love. It may be, like I said, healing. It may be, maybe you're struggling to pay your school fees, and God will just show Himself in a miraculous way for you. That is another aspect of God that you are seeing. I have seen different aspects of God since I carried out this command and this instruction that He gave me. And the moment I did that, everything just changed. Proverbs 28 verse 14 also says, always obey the Lord and you will be happy. That was exactly what happened to me. I was very happy. I was relaxed. The moment I followed the instruction, I told my employer that I am going to be leaving. It was a bittersweet because I have really have good relationship with them and with my doctors and nurses and my and our patient. It was like a family. Can you imagine you being working somewhere for almost like 12, 13 years, and then you're telling them you have to go? It was so bittersweet, but I knew that there is more that I needed to do. When I did this, when I did what God instructed me to do, like I said, everything changed. My life changed. I have more time with God. I have more time to spend with my family. I have more time to do things that I want to do. I even was like, oh my goodness, when I used to work, I didn't have a set time that I can really talk to God. Usually the time I have with God is when I'm in my car driving to work because I don't want to be late. But now I spend like, an hour and a half. I spend more time with God than before. And so I just want to encourage you, if you can focus on these three things daily. Like I said, first, seek the kingdom of God. Second, follow his instruction, because when you are seeking his kingdom, then he will give you instructions about your life, about your purpose. And then obey, carry out that command. Is there anybody that is listening to me right now that God have instructed you to do something and you're still on the edge and you have not carried out those command or instructions? I have been on both sides. I've been on the side whereby God have asked me to do things that I did not do it. If you listen to my podcast before, I talk about how I started this business journey maybe like 2020, 2012. For 6 years, I was just trying to do it, and then I will be discouraged, and then I will stop, and then I'll focus on something else. And, I was just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until 2018. Then I was serious about it. So it took me 6 years before I began to focus. And then the moment I did that, everything changed. Um, Everything changed for me. I will share with you, because there was even a testimony that I have, and I didn't even realize that how God changed everything for me was less than 2 years. I don't want to say it here, but I will share that with you when I talk to you, maybe February or whatever topic I want to talk. I may be able to put that in there. I just want to let you know that when I did what I'm doing right now with you, what I'm asking you guys to do, when I obey and carry out the command, I noticed that it was actually for my own benefit, because it actually helped me. I feel more relaxed. I feel more at ease. I'm not worried. I'm not anxious. I believe that everything is already prepared and planned for me. All I need to do is just to ask my creator, which is my God, and for direction, and he will direct me. And so things have just changed for me. And so I believe so for you as well. So please listen to what God is telling you. Do not wait and sit on it. Don't be like me and wait for 6 years. Okay? Don't be like me, waiting for 6 years. Do it right away. And you will see the other side is greener. It is a greener pasture. Okay? The other side is greener. I hope this is very helpful to you. I hope that you will follow these instructions. That is another instructions given to you. It is not me giving that instruction, it is God indirectly giving you this instruction, saying that this year, going forward, focus on these three things daily. Seek first the kingdom of God, follow his instruction, and carry out any command that he has given unto you. Don't sit on it, don't doubt, just follow it. At the end of the day, you will have testimony like me. All right, that's all. I will see you in my next episode. Have a blessed month. I will see you in February, and we will have testimony shortly. Thank you.